if I did not have a debt-free life, it would be very difficult to do this.
Those donations last a week, a month at
Right.
most, right?
Yeah. When you start to learn a little bit more about your politics, because I wasn't into politics, but how can you avoid politics now?
You tell me, are you less happy
Not at all.
or more?
We don't know what we did in our life for us to be selected to be able to have a home like this.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Fahad Siddiqi here, and I want to welcome you guys to Brother Omar, who's coming to us from Droplets of Mercy here at ISNA. Omar, thank you so much for joining us for a few
Thank you.
minutes. Tell us about your director role at Droplets of Mercy, how you got there, what you've been doing since.
All right, thank you so much for having me. Alhamdulillah, mashallah. I'm really looking forward to getting to know about Ikhlas. But myself, I was a software engineer at Domino's. One of the things that people don't know, it's not a pizza company, it's actually an IT company. So I was running their point of sale system, and comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Everything has a good reason and planning of Allah. So I got laid off in this Ramadan of 2024. But I was always interested in helping with relief work. I had a certain skill for project management. I've been a youth director for 15 years. And I just felt like I wanted to give my full into this work rather than go back to the corporate world and do half job. So subhanallah, we've had conversations. I would love to gear towards the life insurance discussion as well, because Domino's had those offerings and we were always wondering if it's halal, what should we do. But coming back to Droplets of Mercy, it's been amazing because the work that they're doing is very unique. I felt that I needed the kind of organization I can put my full trust into. So their work is very sustainable. It also is trying to eradicate poverty from its roots and really take the effort of relief to the next level, where we don't have to fundraise every single year for the same people. Our success is if we see them being able to run their communities on their own.
So when people see Droplets of Mercy, and let's say they want to give $5 or $10 or maybe even $1,000, where does that money go? Like, what are the initiatives that you guys are working on?
Very, very good question. So there's always the need for emergency. For example, there's a flood in Pakistan right now. You have to respond immediately. But our main strength is to take the money and put it towards a sustainable project. So I'll give you an example of a project called Village of Hope, which inshallah right now it's doing amazing in Pakistan. But we will be expanding this into Africa. We're already doing something similar in Canada for Gaza, refugees that have come into Gaza in our backyards from Gaza, and the government is not doing much for them. So for Village of Hope in Pakistan, for example, I went and visited this village in Milpur Khas. It's about 3.5 hours from Karachi, one of the major cities in Pakistan. And I saw the villagers there. First of all, hygiene is a big problem. Ladies, they have to go in the forest to relieve themselves. Cleanliness is a big problem. Water access is a huge issue. They've never seen a cemented roof on top of their heads. And the kitchen, I went there and a lady was cooking, and I said, "Hey, what are you having for dinner?" And she laughed and she said, "This is what we eat." And it was just a piece of bread. And I said, "What about meat?" Right? And she said, we can't even dream of about eating meat. And when I said, "What do these homes look like to you that Droplets of Mercy is going to build for you?" She was like, we don't know what we did in our life for us to be selected to be able to have a home like this. And it's literally costs for people like us $8,000, where they will have solar power panels to get electricity. They will have water access right in front of their house. They'll have a bathroom and a kitchen. And that is life-changing for them. They have not seen this in their generations. So when people donate, we will put it towards projects like this. 35 homes right now with a masjid, a school, solar power panels, a water pump right in front of the house. 35 of these, and the whole community is going to cost $300,000 US.
Wow. Okay.
So just to give you an idea how that can eradicate poverty. And then step 2 would be to take their children into schools and teach their men business skills so that they can raise their own livestock. And we don't have to do Udhiya campaigns every single year for this community. They can raise their own animals, learn business skills, sell milk, and ladies will learn knitting and other skills where they can sustain themselves. And then we copy that model of Village of Hope in Africa, and the next Canada is already in the works, and then Malaysia and other countries.
Mashallah, the work you're doing is amazing.
Thank you.
It's we don't shine enough light on it. For all of those people out there who want to get involved, either individually or even businesses who want to sponsor,
Yes.
where can they find you? How do they donate?
Definitely. So our handle for TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and our website is Droplets of Mercy USA. So pretty easy to find us. And my name is Omar Malik. You can reach out to me. I also have an Instagram page where you'll see some of my videos of me visiting these projects myself, which is one of the things I love about the organization is the transparency. So if there is community leaders that want to come and see our work, they can actually come down and look at it with their own eyes. So I can be found on Omar Malik Bhai, Omar Malik Bhai. That's my Instagram.
Thank you guys so much. And I also want to switch gears with you a little bit because I think what you said earlier, I think relates to what a lot of people in our generation are going through, where you came from a corporate career
Yes.
and now you're finding yourself in the humanitarian space, you're focusing on dawah. How did that happen? Like, how did that mental switch happen?
Yes, subhanAllah. It really comes down to in certain part of your life, you feel that maybe what you studied for is not what you're passionate about anymore. And you also see that, with the condition and stuff happening in Gaza, and when you start to learn a little bit more about your politics, because I wasn't into politics, but how can you avoid politics now with what's happening in Gaza and everything? So you realize at the end of the day, my whole life, your work is pretty much more than 1/3 of your life, right? It takes away from your family. So all of my effort goes into something where there's no loyalty really at the end. Sometimes the corporate world will just, take you out, even though they're saying that you're a great performer. Your performance has nothing to do with it, but, we have to make our decisions. So I said, do I really want to live another 10, 15 years if Allah wills, in my life, and then give to a corporate world and then be laid off at the end, right? So I said, why not put my full passion full time rather than doing this part-time work?
Right. So, when we were talking about Droplets of Mercy, you brought up a great word of sustainability.
Yes.
Being able to um, be self-sufficient to the point where you don't have to fundraise every single year. If we apply that to us individuals,
Yeah.
What does financial freedom or financial independence mean to you?
Yeah, subhanAllah, I've seen many of great dawah workers, great activists. When it comes to their finances, if they're not stable, they have to go back to the corporate world, they have to pay the bills, and it really impacts their dawah work. So for me, alhamdulillah, the reason I'm able to do all of this, and apart from Droplets of Mercy, I do youth work for different masajid. I even opened up my own institute called FACT Institute, which stands for Faith, Activism, Character, and Transformation. So that's all about mentoring the youth. If I did not have a debt-free life, it would be very difficult to do this. So having that freedom really opens up the doors for you to be able to do bigger things.
And where did you learn, or how did you adopt this debt-free life? Because it's certainly not taught in school,
Definitely.
or really anywhere here in America.
Yes.
Our generation, you're looking at Instagram, TikTok, fast cars, fancy watches.
Yeah, subhanAllah.
So, you're a father.
Yes.
What are you advising your children on to be more mindful, and how do we align our deen with our finances?
100%. To be honest, I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart. 100% truth. It's Islam. Because Islam is about investing in your akhirah, but also to get there, we know so much discouragement in Islam from being in a debt type of life. There's so many ahadith about being in debt, and that's because Islam itself is the solution and what really pushed me. So not living, trying to avoid interest, right? Which meant that I had to make certain decisions, and obviously my wife had to support me in those decision-making process. To live a debt-free life, you have to make decisions accordingly. So we get into a smaller house, reduce our expectations until it's paid off, and then you move on to the next bigger house and kind of move your way up. Only buy things that you're able to afford, but at the same time with the mindset of a debt-free life and investment, the right type of investments, mentorship, things you're not going to be taught at school, because the school ourselves were put in debt to go to school of thousands of dollars by the time we even graduate. which impacts people's marriages. Before they even get into marriage, they're already under a financial debt. So school is not the place that's going to teach you that. It's really Islam and right mentors that got me to think that way.
So there's a big belief out there that when you live within your means and you get that smaller house, you get that less fancy car,
Yeah,
you tell me, are you less happy
not at all.
or more? Like,
Amazing question. May Allah bless you. I mean, I cannot explain how happy I had to actually help some of my other family members who, when we weren't, people are not practicing Islam, they make certain decisions. They don't realize whatever Allah tells us not to do is for our own benefit. So even getting our extended family out of interest, I could see how it impacted our whole family infrastructure because people are happier. They feel less under pressure. And the barakah is not something you can put money towards. It's a concept that you only feel and feel the presence of it when you make these decisions. And so it's been the most happiest life. May Allah keep it this way, make dua. But my wife and I, we haven't argued over finances.
and this is the exact reason why I wrote the book, The Halal Life Starts When You Are Debt Free.
Yeah,
Because when you practice these principles, which are simple,
yeah, very
right? Maybe not the easiest, but very straightforward and very simple.
Yeah,
I think, and you can agree, you're gonna find yourself more at peace, and I believe that the more barakah you put out, the more it's gonna come
yeah,
back to you.
100%. I'm amazed with the fact that it's halal and it's approved by the Sharia. Because I would love to know more about how this works.
Definitely. So here at Ikhlas, we focus on providing protection and coverage for our Muslim families. Of course, we service non-Muslims as well, but when it comes to Sharia compliant life insurance, that is one area in which it really hasn't been addressed, right? We've had Islamic mortgages to solve the home buying
Yeah,
process. We have Sharia compliant funds, mutual funds, ETFs to solve Muslim investing.
yes.
But when it came to insurance and protecting our loved ones, we were
not
nowhere to
much.
be found,
Yeah.
right? So that is why, thankfully, Brother Osama of Ikhlas got in touch with Sheikh Joe Bradford, one of the leading Islamic finance scholars in the world, to really crack the code on Sharia compliant life insurance for the Muslim American communities. Because we definitely have a big problem in our community where how many masjids do we go to? How many janazah prayers do we attend where we hear stories of the breadwinners passing away and then the spouses and the kids are left,
GoFundMe, right?
asking for donations, which
Yeah.
is great. Inshallah, our ummah is going to help as much as we can to take care of them. But, those donations last a week, a month at
Right.
most,
Yeah.
right? And obviously, as we all know, inflation, janazah costs alone.
Wow.
Take a guess.
Probably
What's the
10
average range?
I think my grandma passed away, and the amount of process my dad had to go through, I felt like he didn't even get to absorb the fact that he just lost his mother, and he was just going through the paperwork process, and I think at least 6-7K from what I remember.
Absolutely. Even double that if you're in like California, New York, or stuff like that. And you touched upon it exactly right. In those worst moments of life,
Yes.
you're grieving a loved one,
Right.
and then to also have to try to handle finances,
Right.
like the stress of that,
Yeah.
it's horrible.
Yeah.
And those conversations or that trauma can last much longer than the grieving of a death,
Right.
especially if you don't have the money or you're
Yes.
going into debt
Right.
to cover a loved one's who's passed away. For
Right.
instance, if you have a mortgage
Yes.
or if you have a car loan or student loans, we forget that when you pass away, what happens to those loans? They don't just get forgiven.
Right. Gets
uh,
carried over by a family.
Gets carried over.
Wow.
We have a big thing where, listen, it is part of our deen to take care of our families.
Yeah.
Of course, we focus upon taking care of them while we're here.
Yeah.
What about taking care of them when we're not here, right?
True.
So, we have definitely a lot of young families, right? Especially if you've got dependents, 18, kids that are 18 and under,
Yes.
who still need to be educated, who still need to be supported into their adulthood. Um, too many times we're seeing them being unfortunately left behind,
Wow.
right? So on top of all this, it really just begins with having the conversations,
Yes.
learning about what we do here at Ikhlas, and learning just overall financial literacy as well.
Right.
So, in addition to Ikhlas, I run my platform, Siddiqi Wealth, where I focus on financial literacy across
Nice.
the board.
Nice.
Getting people to learn about how to earn more, how to live within their means, how to budget, how to plan, and then how to invest the overages.
Yes.
And it's not just about, what can we do to. It's not about instant gratification.
Yeah.
It's the long term.
Long term.
You
Yeah.
know,
Sustainability.
Sustainability.
All of it.
It's going to take time. We're looking at 10-year, 20-year horizons. And alhamdulillah, most of the time, you yourself may not even see the fruits of your saving and your investing,
Yeah.
but you're planting the seeds for your next generation.
Allahu Akbar.
Right.
I love it. So it's Ikhlas Insurance Group.
Yeah.
Would love to check it out myself. I actually already got a quote, and really awesome to see Sheikh Joe Bradford on the platform. So may Allah bless you guys for the work, and we'll
Absolutely.
definitely be in touch. And I think we can definitely see the commonalities between Droplets and Mercy and Ikhlas in our way of thinking. May Allah bless you.
Inshallah. Thank you so much, Omar.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And everyone out there, yes, please go to our website, ikhlasinsurance.com, book a free consultation, and get your free quote today. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.